Nothing in this recording is intended as investment advice, and the people in this recording may hold positions in the companies they talk about. Do not make any investment based solely on a tip or recommendation. Please do your own research.
Hello and welcome to Zak's Traders Cafe. Today I'm joined by Paul Mathieson as CEO at Amazing AI. How are you today, Paul?
Very good. How are you, Zach?
Doing well. A record high for Bitcoin over the weekend. I think it nudged $125,000. Is that helpful to Amazing AI at the moment?
Um, Obviously, we're about to initiate our initial position in our crypto treasury strategy, but it is helpful in terms of it's showing the demand for Bitcoin and crypto and breaking to new highs. We think there'll be more interest in this space and interest in our stock.
Well, I noticed that one of the main Bitcoin treasury strategy companies, I won't mention its name, obviously, but just raised some more money, a few million pounds, to buy more Bitcoin. Its shares are down about 80% from the high, so obviously that's nice if you were short. But it also underlines the fact that these Bitcoin treasury companies, they only have one, they just have one sort of, they don't have sort of forward and backward and sort of neutral. They can only just keep on raising, and presumably that just all that does is dilute shareholders.
Yes, which is very different to our approach. As you would have seen with our latest announcement, I decided, or the board's decided, to utilize our debt facility in terms of executing our strategy. So we don't need to raise any more equity to take a substantial position in crypto. So we're quite unique compared to our competitors. So we had our initial raising, but now going forward, at least in the near term, we're utilizing my own £5 million debt facility to both increase our position in our US loan business and also to increase our position in our crypto treasury.
So presumably the US business is also a key part of the business, and in the current regulatory environment where you have to have a significant proportionate business if you're a Bitcoin treasury play or a crypto play, that is probably a differentiator between you and other companies in the space.
Exactly. So there's been recent changes in policies across the major stock exchanges in Europe and UK, where they don't want companies to be just straight Bitcoin treasury companies. They require, in order to maintain listing, for companies to have a proportionate, solid business as well as a treasury policy. So we believe we're uniquely positioned in that we have a core underlying business doing loans in the US that we've been operating since 2010 and lending funds out at very nice gross margins of 59.9%. So money can come in to our business with debt or equity that is then lent out at approximately 60%. So if we allocate capital on the basis of around 50% towards our lending business, generating instant revenue, and around 50% towards our crypto treasury, then we believe we're very much aligned with the new stock market policies.
I suppose you've also got, you'll have the income coming in from the American part of the business, which any profit there can just be put straight into your crypto strategy.
Exactly. So we're looking at around 30% net margins on that business. So we can be utilizing that revenue and profit into our crypto business in addition to our debt facility. So again, we don't require dilutionary capital raises. Certainly, some of the treasury companies, they've been continuing to raise equity on the way down in their share prices, which is of no interest to us. Myself, as the major shareholder, owning 38.1%, have never sold a share, and I'm very much aligned with the other shareholders in, reducing or not having any dilution as part of our strategy.
So you're one and done on your fundraise, your recent fundraise that you had. I suppose from you would say that that was as much a marketing exercise as a fundraising exercise as you already had the debt facility in the company. And we're looking now, with Bitcoin, as I said, record highs and hopefully other cryptos catching up too. You are employing or deploying your strategy, and it's one where you are geared up to the upside, and then you'll also take protection in the market to hedge against the downside.
Yes, exactly. So on your first point about being one and done, that is correct. So we were, our aim of our recent raising was to attract new UK investment beyond my major shareholding and my long-term Australian investor shareholding, which has helped create significant liquidity in our stock that we didn't have before, and interest in our stock. So that has been very, very effective. So that was really the basis of that. In terms of executing our strategy, as per our last announcement, we'll be implementing our first trades in terms of our crypto treasury policy shortly this month. And the difference, again, is that we are targeting a strategy of diversification. So we're not just involved in one crypto, such as Bitcoin, and having all our eggs in one basket. Our strategy is to diversify across cryptos and also to lock in long-term significant exposure while protecting the downside exposure.
And obviously, we touched on the regulatory environment and obviously the dilution that other cryptos continue to deliver to shareholders. Would you expect some of the people in the other crypto plays who maybe got in May, June, July to maybe gravitate towards you after having maybe burnt fingers or losing one or two fingers as well, just on the basis that you are a lower market cap play and there isn't that dilution risk from your company? In fact, you've got income coming in presumably to fire your strategy as well. Then that they might see you as a safer play, especially in coming months.
Yes, well, I think when people understand the risks around these other companies being delisted if they can't obtain proportionate revenue or business interest to match their crypto exposure, which is easier said than done. In these cases, I think investors will gravitate towards us. And there's also the opportunities for industry consolidation where potentially we could be acquiring some of these failed crypto treasury 1.0 businesses and shifting their strategy not just to our crypto treasury policy, but also deploying some of their capital towards our high margin US lending business.
Well, we look forward to that. In the meantime, Paul Mathieson, CEO at Amazing AI, thank you very much indeed.
Thank you very much, Zach. Speak soon.